Hey, beautiful people. Good evening. Welcome back.
Filthy, stinky dork. Oh, how can
Seriously? Hey, guys. Welcome back to our channel. How's everyone doing? Hey, hey, hey. Obodo fam. Ekason. Good afternoon. Ekroleo. Good evening. How are we doing? I hope we are well. Happy Sunday. Oh. How is your weekend? Juanita, has it been a while? Really? Are you sure? Oh my goodness. It hasn't really been a while. It's just been a few days. Welcome, everybody. It's just a few days. Welcome. How is everybody doing? I was meant to have a show on, was it Saturday? Was it Saturday or Friday? Friday, yeah, but I just couldn't make it happen. Yeah, I couldn't. I hope you're all well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good evening, good afternoon. How are you doing? Today is the 26th. Like joke. March is marching out, and we are marching into April. Welcome, guys. I appreciate you. Give us a thumbs up as you are coming in. I miss you guys too. Tofumi. Oh, what a lovely name. I like your name. Beautiful name. Oluwa Tofumi. Very nice name. Welcome, everybody. I see you guys. I had you. I celebrate you. I love you guys. Give us a thumbs up before we get into the matter. I think we are quite late. I don't know what's been happening. You guys pray for me. I used to just have the time to jump into anything that is happening, especially if it's something that we've discussed previously. And I follow up quickly. Like these days, I don't know. I'm always late. But you know what? Life happens. I try, but it just doesn't happen the way I want it because life gets in the way. Work gets in the way. Family commitment gets in the way. But you know what? It's never too late. Whenever we discuss it, it's still very relevant, and people will still, give their opinion. So that's important for us. Welcome, Neka. How are you? Adama, welcome. Good evening, everybody. So I'm just giving an update. I'm sure most of you have heard the story already about Senator Ike Ekwemadu. The verdict has been given. You guys know that this man has been here. He's been a visitor of Her Majesty or His Majesty now for I don't know how long. Should be almost 1 year now. I can't remember, but it was sometime last year when he got arrested and he was charged. And the case has been unfolding in the UK court system. Finally, they gave a verdict last week. And I don't know whether to say unfortunately for him or unfortunately for the boy. You guys remember that boy, David. Let me try and find a picture of him. Because they didn't publish his picture, usually they would not in cases like this, but already because the case has been on social media and we're aware of it in Nigerian social media space. The picture has been everywhere before now. So he's going to be sentenced, I hear, in May. They haven't sentenced him. So this is the way the UK court system generally works. When they give a verdict, when the case ends, they will now fix a date for sentencing. I don't know why they do that. I don't know why. I feel they should just, if you want to sentence somebody, do it that same day so they will know their fate. But that is the way the justice system works over here. So yeah, they they haven't sentenced him yet. They said they are going to sentence him May. I'm not sure when it is. May 5th or 6th, they said that they will sentence him. So we all know the story. I don't want to go through the story because, it's just basically going to rehash what's been said. We all know the story. But I want to look at it from another angle. So I was reading it. Thanks, Adama, for posting it on the UK group. That account of the story that you posted on the UK group was really, really Um, it was good. It was really, really good. And I read it. I have a copy of it here. I opened it. So yeah, he was sentenced. The daughter got off, and but he was he's found guilty. His wife and the doctor who arranged the whole thing, been found guilty. They've not announced their sentencing yet. They are going to sentence them, I think May 6th or May 5th. They said they will sentence them. Yeah. This is the way the cookie crumble, innit? Yeah. So we all know the story about how David was brought here. I think that's his name, if I'm correct. The boy's name, the young man's name is David. Oh, Kukua said that the doctor is apparently in the illegal in the UK. Right. Okay. Hey, Cynthia, how you love? Welcome. You decide to go and have fun this weekend without me, right? Okay. I'm going to give you a query on Monday, just so you know. Your query is waiting for you as admin for having fun without taking me with you. You're going to get query. Yeah, it's the story. Yeah, I was reading, how the UK newspaper broke the story down. Apparently, it was somebody else who had a transplant like him, like the daughter wanted, that got them into this arrangement. I think that's him, the doctor. Yeah. So apparently, somebody else had. I'm not sure if it's the doctor or somebody else that had. I think it's the doctor. Yeah, it's the doctor that. Let me look at the story so that I can get my facts right. I'm going to look at the story. Let me share my screen so that I look at it. I was trying to get the picture of the boy, of the young man, David. I want to look at this story from another angle. The angle I'm looking at it from tonight is the angle of when he's been a senator for 20 years. 20 whole years. This man was basically the number 4 man in Nigeria. It's funny how the cookie crumbles. Number 4 man. So the hierarchy of government in Nigeria is the president, the vice president, senate president, and the deputy senate president. So he was a deputy senate president. Apparently, he's been a senator for 20 years. Okay, Tony, thank you very much. The doctor had a similar transplant, right? Okay, guys, give us a thumbs up. So I was reading the account of how this whole thing happened, and they said that, the doctor came to the UK, for a transplant. And I'm particularly very interested to know how, if he got himself indicted and indeed he's been found guilty for this same offense, how did he get his own? How did he get the kidney that he has now? Because apparently, the doctor got a transplant as well. He got a kidney. Who donated that kidney? Because it was, according to the report, it was the doctor that helped them to look for that boy, the young man in Nigeria. And they told the young man to lie that he's related to the daughter. There was even a picture. Let me show you guys. There's a picture where, they said that he was having lunch with the young lady. That's Senator Kremadus. Okay, so this is the doctor, right? This is the doctor. So he's the middleman. His name is Obin Naubeta. That's his name. Obin Naubeta. He's the one. He's a middleman. He's a Nigerian doctor who also had a transplant in the UK. And if I know how these people work, they will want to know how he got his own transplant. Because obviously he got his own done. That's why he was confident enough to introduce them, to introduce the senator and his family to this boy, David, the young man that they brought here. I'm trying to look for the picture. That's the daughter. Where's the picture of when they were having lunch? Because they lied, they incriminated themselves. A lot of the evidence they gathered was from even their phones. All the chats and messages that they were sending back and forth to one another. Yeah, okay, this is the picture I'm looking for. So this is the picture of the young man having lunch with the person that he was meant to donate for, was supposed to give his kidney for. So, I mean, we've gone through this story. I think I may have done 4 or 3 videos or 4. I can't remember in the past, last year, when we're talking about the issues. Yeah. About if the boy, because the boy said he wasn't told. And in cases like this, is your word against the other person, right? He said he wasn't told. Okay, because some people are saying that is a case of opportunist, that he agreed, and apparently they were going to pay him, I think, 6,000 or 7,000 pounds for agreeing to donate his kidney. You all know, in case you didn't know before, giving your kidney to someone is not a crime. You can volunteer to donate, but when money exchanges hands, it becomes a crime. It is, you are not allowed to receive any form of remuneration. You are not allowed to be paid to give your organ to someone else. It's against the law. And that is what they were charged with. They were also charged for bringing the boy here from Nigeria. The boy said that he didn't know this is what they brought him here for. So he said they told him to lie that they are related, even though they are not related. He was just a young man who was struggling in Nigeria. He was selling, small things like phone accessories in a wheelbarrow. I'm recounting what the newspaper said now, right? He was selling small things. And I don't know how they found him, but they sure did. Remember that when he was coming to the UK, he was taking pictures inside the plane. He was taking pictures and posting on his social media. He said he didn't know, that they never told him. So when they got to the hospital, it's a private hospital, the surgeon noticed that the boy was not aware, like he didn't have an understanding of the procedure. And they said that for you for them to even agree to carry out that kind of surgery, you need to have the funds to be able to sustain, this kind of lifestyle, that now you're going to be left with only one, right? I'm not a doctor, but I know from, my layman and knowledge, that everybody has 2 kidneys, right? So if you are donating one, it means that you're going to be living on one, and there could be complications along the line. So the doctor said that he didn't seem to understand that he's going to require, you know, long-term treatment, and it's going to require money for, the compromised life that he will live now, based on the fact that you don't donate one kidney, now only one remain. After care. Thank you, Kukwa. You guys have the language for it. The money he will need for aftercare to sustain him, that he was not aware of it. So the story is that he ran off. He said that they treated him like a slave. You know, he was homeless for a couple of days. Then he ran into a police station and he was shouting, saying that, they brought me here. They want to take my kidney. Da, 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 da. You know the story. Mm? So what I'm looking at, what I'm interested in, is the fact that Nigerian politicians, we've been talking about politics a lot lately. I'm very, very interested in what happens in Nigeria, because that's my country. It's where I come from. I love my country. Even though I'm British, I'm not saying I one leg. British citizen where I get, not give, they give me. You understand? And when somebody gives you something, they can take it back. But where you come from, it can never be taken away from you. So I don't know. Some people, like when the politics were happening, I saw a couple of videos about some men that were tearing their Nigerian passports in frustration, saying that they don't want to have anything to do with Nigeria anymore. I completely understand. They were heartbroken. I mean, these men were crying. I wanted to do a video about it. I could totally feel how heartbroken they were, because people had confidence. They were so, trusting the system of INEC, that, okay, maybe we will get free and fair election, Peter Obi will win, and all that good stuff. But Nigeria is Nigeria now. Nigeria will happen to you. Nigeria will humble you. Nigeria, anyway. So me as a person, I'm very, very interested in what happens in Nigeria. Now, talking about Nigerian politicians, right? These politicians will go into elected offices. I mean, ask yourself, Yeah, and many of us love Nigeria. Though we are British, we are Americans, we are Canadians. I don't think anything can replace the love I have for Nigeria from my heart. I love my country. It's not how it should be. I wish it was better. Honestly, I really, really wish it was better. I wish it was somewhere that we can all be proud of, but it's not, sadly. But the love we have for Nigeria is unconditional. So we were asking the question during the election: why is it that going into elected offices in Nigeria is something that people would do anything, like is a do or buy affair? People would do anything. Why? Why is it that people are so desperate to win elections in Nigeria? Very, very good question. Is it because they want to serve the people? Is it because they've got, plans to make the country better? Hmm? Is it because they've seen how Nigeria has been struggling and they're like, no, we're going to make a difference. We want to make the life of the average Nigerian better? I don't think so. I'm sure a few of them, maybe, but the average Nigerian politician is going there to go and enrich themselves. That's what they go into politics for. They are going there to line their pocket, and that's why they invest very heavily into getting themselves into office by any means necessary. When I mean any means necessary, any means. And that's why you see all the things they do during election. So, this uncle has been in politics. He's been, no, not in politics. He's been in politics longer, but he's been in the Senate, which is the highest, the upper house, as they call it over here. For 20 long years, Senator Ike Ekremadu has been a senator. Did he do anything about the healthcare system in Nigeria? Did he ensure that doctors were well paid? That there is legislation to ensure that Nigerian doctors are well remunerated for their job? Why are over 80% of Nigerian doctors, as they cannot wait to graduate? They are fleeing the country for greener pastures. Most of the hospitals in the diaspora, there's no hospital you will go to in the Western world that you will not see Nigerian professionals, doctors. You will see radiologists. You will see, pediatricians. You will see, doctors. What do they call them? Surgeons. You will see, name it. Every branch of medicine that you can think of, you will see Nigerian doctors there. Most of them trained in Nigeria, but they are fleeing the country because it's just not conducive for them to practice. Go to Nigerian hospitals, the government hospitals, there are no facilities, they don't have equipment. Simple things as, what is the simplest thing you can have in a hospital? Bed, or drip, the thing, the stand that you put drip on, or even, they don't have equipment, they don't have nothing, they don't have supplies. There is a Ministry of Health, who is supposed to be in charge of government hospital. I mean, in some Nigerian hospitals, if you go there, you are just going there to go and buy. That's it. So most of the doctors who are left in Nigeria, because of how the system is, and how the hospitals are completely neglected, they have their own private practices. So you will see a doctor who is working for government, but they have their own private clinic. So instead of working for 8 hours, they will come to the government hospital, maybe an hour or two, and then they'll go to their own practice, because they are collecting money from people in their own private practices to put in their pockets. Oxygen. And that might say oxygen. Oxygen is long, long. Oxygen is luxury. I'm even talking about the basic things like syringes and things that they need every day. Okay, let's say the machine for high blood pressure, to take people's high blood pressure. Basic things that you need for them to work as doctors. These facilities are not available. Hmm? Okay, so Senator Ike Ekremadu, 20 years in the Senate. What has it done to make the health system in Nigeria better so that people who are the average people that can't afford to come abroad, mm, that don't have visa, like his children who are, if you talk about all these politicians, all their children are abroad. They are established abroad. That one is normal. There's no big man in Nigeria that their child is in Nigeria, except they choose to. Even if they're in Nigeria, it's because they've come abroad to school and then they've gone back to Nigeria now to set up businesses or to run their father's businesses. It's not because they are in Nigeria to go to Nigerian university. Baking. So gloves, thank you. Those are the basic things I'm looking for. Gloves, yeah, gloves. Basic thing like gloves, you will not see it. Cotton wool, things that they need. Thermometer, hair. This somebody say ECG, long, long. That one is too much now. So for 20 years, this man was in the Senate. He was a senator for 20 years. If I see him, the question I will ask him is that, excuse me, sir, with all due respect, as a senator and as a deputy Senate president, you've been in Senate for 20 years. Can you please tell me what you have done to make sure that the Nigeria healthcare system is even usable for people? Because it's not everybody that can go abroad. It's only the ones that are up there, the rich people, the government officials who stolen funds that belongs to government or that belong to the people that they are supposed to use for infrastructures to develop, roads and healthcare, make sure there's electricity and things like that. They are the ones that can come abroad. Go to all the teaching hospitals in Nigeria. Let's not even come out for Ogun. The university teaching hospitals are the starting point. Yeah, go to LUTH, go to UBTH, go to the one in Ibadan. What is it called? University College Ibadan. What's that one called? There's a teaching hospital there. Start from the teaching hospitals. If you go to the teaching hospitals in Nigeria, and these are supposed to be hospitals where doctors are trained, yet they have no equipment, they have nothing. They are not funded. Every year, if you go and check the Nigerian budget, you will see UCH, God bless you. Those are the good ones in those days. When you hear UCH, you'll be like, okay, this is a good hospital. People will go there. I hear that UBTH now, which is the University Teaching Hospital in Benin, that anybody that goes there now, make you just tell him in family, say bye-bye, bye-bye. We will see our bade, let's say Jesu is what you should be telling your family, because they're not likely to get out. Simple procedures like appendicitis, you still buying people in those hospitals. So when you go to the Nigerian budget every year, they will have this huge appropriation for health. They will have money for education. They will have money for everything. But at the end of the day, you are wondering, what did they use the money for? Because they are not paying doctors. They are not paying ASU. Why is ASU going on strike daily? It doesn't trickle down. So for 20 years, this Senator Ekremadu was in the Senate. He did nothing that I know of. Maybe if you guys know what he has contributed to ensure that the hospitals are better, that, even if they don't have the professionals, what do they call them? Is it cardiologists they call them? What do they call the doctors that perform all these surgeries? I don't know what they call them. Neurosurgeons? What do they call them? I don't know what they call them. Even if these doctors are not, and I'm sure that we've got Nigerian doctors that can do these procedures, if they have to bring foreigners to assist the Nigerian doctors on ground, at least have the center, have the equipment, have the resources. Have you heard of women that are having babies? They are doing cesarean section in a hospital, a government hospital in Nigeria. They will take light and there is no generator, or they will tell you that the generator there's no power, there's no what do they call it, that they can't get petrol inside the generator. And that is why you see that in Nigeria, a lot of women, they pray not to have C-section. They are so terrified. I mean, it was when I came to the UK that I realized that it is possible for people to have elective CS. They will be asking you, "Pay, how do you want to have your baby? Do you want CS or do you want a home bath? Do you want to have the baby inside a bath, inside water? Do you want to come to hospital?" They will be giving you options. In Nigeria, if you are pregnant, and I'm talking about the average Nigerian, mm, it is a very serious prayer point for you. Pay God, please let me deliver like the Hebrew women. Do not let me have a C-section because they are terrified. Number one, the cost, then the risk. Yeah, the risk. Thank you very much. Dunkele is what do you say they call them? Nephrologist. Oh, okay. Thank you. Kidney specialist is called nephrologist. Okay, I've learned something today. I didn't know that. Yeah. Somebody said the toilet and bathrooms stinking. Yeah. Yes. People are buying because of mundane procedure. Over here, they will do CS for you. The next day, you are going home. In fact, if they do it early, you can go that same day. There's no, why would you remain in the hospital? For what now? The health visitor will come and see you at home. The nurse will come and see you at home. You don't need to be in the hospital. Free the hospital. Once they check you, 24 hours, you're okay. Go home. They will discharge you. People will be so scared of having normal, simple procedures because their life is in God's hands. And that's why when people are talking about going to church and people who worship God, even though you say, okay, they are not spiritual, they are religious, this is hope for them. If you take that away from them, it's like you are telling them that, okay, just live this life. This is the last resort. So just leave them alone. No, leave them alone. You can't be abroad and you're telling somebody, you go to church too much. Do you know what they go through on a daily basis? The things that you guys over here take for granted is their prayer points. It is a prayer point. The rate of mother and what do they call it? Is it mortality they call it? In Nigeria is so high. It's so high. Clara said they are well experienced professionals in the system, but they either became lecturers to the upcoming medical profession or they go and set up their own practice. I don't blame them. I don't blame them. Do you know how long it takes to study to become specialist in whatever area you want of medicine you want to be? I mean, when we went to uni in Nigeria, I saw the medical students, some of my friends that were doing medicine. I saw the way when we are busy partying and traveling and enjoying our life, all they do is study. To study for medicine is no joke. It's not a joke. There's no course that is easy, but I mean, I doff my heart for people that do medicine. These guys they will read and read and read ori won fe yi from reading. So, and you expect that somebody will go through that for 6-7 years and then it will come out and you are paying them. How much are you paying them? Less than $100, less than £100 a month. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, are you doing medicine? Somebody is doing medicine here. Dunkele said, oh, can you open that door, please? Let me get some air. Thank you. Dunkele said, medicine sucks your life. I can't wait to be done. Oh, all the best. I wish you the very best. The Lord will see you through. Yeah. There's nothing, I mean, is it pharmacy that is not hard? So, yeah. So, the question I'm asking tonight, guys, is what did this senator, what did he do for 20 years that he was in Senate to make sure that the hospitals in Nigeria are good enough for surgeries like the type that his daughter now needs? So the UK government has, the UK court system has exonerated the daughter. She's not going to prison, obviously, because they know she has medical needs. Somebody was asking the question whether I think the wife knows. Somebody asked in the comment section, do I think the wife knows? Do you know what the newspapers are saying? They said that all the children were here going to school and that the wife used to come here every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks that she used to come here. So this is a lesson for the Nigerian politicians that are there now. A day will come when you will need treatment. If you don't fix the hospitals, you don't equip them, you keep stealing the money that is appropriated, eh, life does not belong to us now. It's God that has lives now. God has our life in our hand. Medicine can make your life longer. You think is juju that people live longer in this part of the world? The whole of Europe has an aging population. Why do you think the UK opened their doors now for carers to come in? They can't have enough carers to care for the elderly people. There's people live they old for this part of the world. Why you say that they old like that? You think it's because of what? Is it food? No, it's good medical care. It's the medical care. You go see some adults, you see their medical history, you go open your mouth, they look, say, how is this person still alive? Hmm? They said the operation was going to cost £80,000. Yes. Yeah, actually, when he was leaving the UK, they said they caught him with, I think it was £20,000 or so. He was about to fly to, I think, India, when he was arrested. Of course, I believe that the wife knows. She knows everything. She knew everything that was happening. So, for people who want to have empathy for them to feel like, oh, that boy just used them to come here as an opportunist. Think about what Nigerian politicians are doing to the average person who has no voice, whose parents cannot afford to send them abroad to go to school. The average man in a place like Niger State, let me take a place like Niger State, for instance, and their wife is about to give birth, and the only hospital they have to go to that they can afford to go to is a government hospital. And they will get there and they will tell them that there is no doctor. And the nurse will try and try and try and try and try. The woman is in labor. Maybe the baby is breached. They need to take the woman to surgery now. The next thing they will come and you see how they don't have empathy? They will just come and tell you, pay, the person don't buy. As they are telling you they are walking away, they don't care. They don't care. So you think that the politicians that are there now, that they will take a clue from this? Are they going to do better to ensure that they are doing what they should do so that tobacco, it's a milocon. When it gets to their turn, they will have access to what they need without coming abroad. If there was a hospital in Nigeria that could do this surgery, do you think they will come abroad? If there was a good hospital that has a good record that they've been doing, they've been having this surgery, kidney transplant, you think they'll come abroad? No, they wouldn't. Do you think they're going to learn? Because we heard that your president-elect now, he's already left Nigeria. Tinubu, they say he's going to rest in France. Nigerian politicians like to rest abroad. They like to come abroad for their medical treatment. They like to come abroad to come and get good. So they know what is good. They like where they will come to and they will attend to them. They will get good, excellent care. But the average Nigerian person does not deserve that same level of care. That's why all these people that are fighting, they are doing tribal nonsense on social media, just look at them and laugh. Why you people are turning against one another and doing Yoruba Hausa, or what they call it, Igbo Yoruba? The politicians are busy. They are robbing you blue blind, stealing all your money. They are shaking hands. They are friends. Their children are in the same schools abroad. But it's the poor people that will stay on social media and be fighting each other. The poor people, anybody that is fighting another person because, oh, you are Yoruba, oh, you are Igbo, that person is a poor person. I put it to you. No. All the big people, they are friends. They don't know what is tribalism. They belong to the same clubs. They do businesses together. So their friends are friends to one another. They visit each other. They are having a good time. But you see, it's the masses. The masses I want now then they social media. So when I see all these hungry people fighting one another, I'll be looking at them. Hey, yeah, oh my show. Kukwa says, Sister B, in 1988, I had jaundice, and my dad happened to work with the UN then. The Lagos hospital saved my life. I was in, you were in coma for 90 days. You were 11 years old then. So Nigeria had a good healthcare system. Yeah. You see, the problem with Nigeria is lack of maintenance. You can say the same thing for education. I'm sharing my link, guys, if you want to contribute to this. Do you think, the question I'm asking is that, do you think that the incumbent, let's say the incumbent, or the incoming politicians will learn from Senator Ekremedo's situation to do better? You think this will teach them a lesson? So, Kukwa, let me tell you very briefly. Nigeria had one of the best educational system back in the day. And they also had the best civil service. And that's why when people came abroad in the 70s, in the 60s, they don't stay here. When they come here to go to school, when they finish, they are going back to Nigeria to go and work. Things worked. Yeah. The schools, when I was in Ife, we used to have exchange programs where Oyibo will come there. And the people that were studying courses like Spanish, German language, and all these other foreign languages will come abroad. They have exchange program with universities abroad. You have visiting lecturers, professors that visiting professors that will come and lecture in our universities in Nigeria. You see the problem with Nigeria? All this is once upon a time. Lack of maintenance, corruption is what makes everything, including this healthcare that we're talking about, everything will deteriorate. So your incumbent or your incoming is already going to rest in France now, because he said that he needs to go, he's going for medical treatment. The same thing Buhari did. You guys remember the first 4 years, Buhari literally lived in the UK. It got to a point that Nigerians in the UK were going to go and protest where he was living. Police had to, police attended several times. We saw the videos. They were like, go home. Why are you here? You are a president of a country. What are you doing here? Go back home. If you can't fix the hospital here, don't come here, because it's not everybody that has the same access like you. So if you are joining those people on social media to be doing this tribal nonsense, think about it very critically. This is the tool that the political class use to turn people against each other. People who have lived together, they are friends, they are neighbors, they go to the same church, their children go to the same, the same schools. You've done businesses together. I don't see where you go to Isolo market, you want to buy vegetable, and the mama maker will say, are you Igbo? If you are not Igbo, I'm not selling to you, go away. It's only Igbo people I'm selling to. Or you go to Alaba market, and somebody who's selling there will say, it's only Yoruba. No, it never happens. These are all the tricks they used to incite, the masses against one another. Somebody said that he's very sick. Who is very, very sick? Yes, tribalism never puts food on the table. And that's why anybody that's playing that tribal card, I feel very, very sorry for the person. We should know better. Yeah, so let me take some calls now. Yet you say, I remember the exchange student program in Nigeria. Many Caribbean countries participated. In my own uni, I remember vividly, we used to have all these, foreign students that would come from all over the world. Nigeria was safe. They didn't have any reason to worry. They mingled with, the local students. They dated local students. They had a good time. They finish their course and they go back. But today now, it's not the same anymore. Oh, Puff Mommy said Tinubu is sick. Was he well before? I don't know if he was well before. Somebody that they were teaching how to vote. I beg, don't let me start. Tony, welcome. Good evening.
Good evening, Auntie B. Can you hear me?
Yes, my sister. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I've been waiting for this particular one. I've been
Really?
checking my notification every time. When is she gonna do it? When is she gonna do it? And
Yes,
I knew you were gonna
yes.
do it.
I've been trying to get to it.
Yes. Thank you very much for all you do. God bless you.
Amen.
Amen. Tinumbu has gone for bed rest because he's pregnant. That is all I can say on that matter. They said he went for bed rest.
Tony, please don't make me choke now. Okay. Why are you doing like this, my
He
sister?
that's what they said. They said he went for bed rest. Who
Oh
goes for
my
bed rest?
God.
He has to
He says
recover.
he's pregnant. He's going to have a baby.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I think
That
he's
was
going to
funny.
be on the 29th of
Mm.
June. Yeah. So he's gone for bed rest.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a sick old man. He's not well. He's not well.
Mm.
He's not well.
No, he's not. He's not. No.
Mm.
God will help us in Nigeria. Only God can help us because I don't know what else to say.
Even God self is tired.
God is
God is
tired.
helping us. God is
Exactly.
helping us, but
Our
Nigerians
own
are not helping
action is
themselves.
not letting us, is not letting the manifestation or the things God wants to do come to pass. You're
Yes.
so right.
Yes. God gives us free will.
Mm.
And if people are choosing not, to use their sense, and they keep electing people who they cannot hold accountable, then
Yes.
what is God going to do?
Exactly like this, our Mr. Ike.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. This man, you know what amazes me? It's been going around in my head is that he is the deputy president of the Nigerian Senate.
Yeah.
He's a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
The Senate looks after the legislation. So he
Mm-hmm.
wants to tell me that in all his wisdom, he did not know that UK is the last place that you should come to be buying somebody's body parts.
Mm-hmm.
As a mother, I mean, when God will not let us find ourselves in this situation and know that you can be in this situation and your judgment will be clouded because
Mm-hmm.
you want to save your child. But at the same
Mm-hmm.
time, I'm also putting myself in the situation of that David's mother
Yeah.
because in my language, I don't know how to say this in English. But
Say it in your language, it's
bá
fine.
ṣe bẹ̀rù la ṣe bí ọmọ. The way we
Mm-hmm.
born slave, na him we born the king's pikin.
Mm-hmm.
Nigerian politicians just think because they have the money, they can slap anybody.
Where did they get the money from? Is it from their salaries?
Our money now.
Mm-hmm.
And as you said, the
I think
caption,
we need to put it in context where they are getting money from. Oh.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
20 years, what did you do for healthcare?
Mm-hmm.
And to be 80,000 pounds. Help me calculate it in
Uh-huh.
naira.
You didn't see how many houses?
40
40
houses
houses. They say you have
now.
40 houses
Eh,
all across the world.
there are about 9 in Dubai. There's 5 in US. There's how many
Yes.
here? There's in
Yes.
Enugu,
Yes. In Abuja, everywhere. We saw
in
we did I
Abuja.
think we did a video about it. We covered it,
Yes.
yeah.
So what am I saying is that 20 years you did nothing. You know, the Bible, it is now that the Bible will be managed, whatever is in the Bible, because they said the sins of the fathers, it will be on the children. Because I'm
Mm-hmm.
sorry, those kids, they can't tell me that they didn't come to this UK to sort of enlighten themselves. They must have known what their parents were doing. Even the older ones could have said, this thing that we're doing is not good. Because
Mm-hmm.
that boy is somebody else's child. They know now.
Hmm.
Do they not know?
The first thing that came to me when the story broke last year, Tony, I was thinking, he's got 4 children.
Yes,
How come none of them can
yes.
donate? Is it that they are not they tested them and they were not matches, or they are too posh to donate kidney for their
No, the
sibling?
father, the mother, 3 siblings, they will have cousins.
Is the poor person's kidney that
It's
is
the
better
poor
to take,
person's
Abi?
kidney that is better. Yeah,
God
this
doesn't like things
doctor,
like
when I
that.
read it somewhere, this doctor had a kidney transplant himself. This Obenna, whatever his name is.
Yes, Obinna. Yeah.
Obinna, So
Mm-hmm.
he now said that I think the person that arranged it for him have other people that I think they have like a group of donors that, because what they said in Nigeria, that people even wait outside the hospital. It's like a market. It's proper open market where they get
Hmm.
all these people.
It's a lawless country now. What do you expect?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
you want to
They don't
pay.
know the implication now.
So
You
if
know, when people say the poverty has affected their spirits, they are ready to sell anything.
20 years you didn't do anything.
And that's why, when people keep saying during election that the way Nigerian politicians have weaponized poverty, it doesn't allow
No,
the average
exactly.
Nigerian to think
Yes,
clearly anymore.
yes, yes. You want to tell me
Hmm.
during this cash crunch, they'll give somebody 5,000 in Nigeria. They will not sell their soul because they're so desperate.
Yeah.
They are so desperate. 5,000 is like 5 million to somebody else in Nigeria.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So when they pick somebody from the street and they said, okay, I'm going to give you 7,000, I'll come and make your life better. Obviously, that boy knew. I know that he knew. He got here and he changed his story, and I don't blame him.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm
Maybe
not
somebody
telling you.
advised him, this is your opportunity. You better
Yes,
jackpot. So he
exactly.
jackpot. After he jackpot again.
He japa and he taught them sense. He
You see,
taught them proper sense.
you see how a young man humbled this big man.
Yes.
This small boy who is a nobody knows his father.
No. No.
He
And
just
this
brought this
country,
big man.
this country.
Báyìí.
Did you not hear the police officer on the TV who was saying, "We thank this victim for coming forward. He had the boldness. They're going to protect him."
Yes. I already knew from the beginning that they wanted to make this Kremaju's
Yes.
case.
Yes.
They want to use it as an example.
It's a landmark case.
Yes, because he's such a big figure,
Yes.
it will send a very big message.
Yes.
So that's why they did not. Somebody says David and Goliath. This is a typical David and Goliath situation.
And this modern day slavery act, Home Office they've been looking for a scapegoat.
Yes.
This will enter Guinness Book of Record. It's just so sad that it is my country that will enter Guinness Book of Record. Somebody like him. They wanted to make it a land that nobody. But will they learn a lesson is the question. Because
do you feel sorry for him?
I don't know. I don't. I am so sorry. I don't feel sorry for him. I don't feel sorry for the wife and even the kids. The kids, because they should know better. Why did they came to this country? They should know better. Just because your parents are rich, you be slapping people left, right, and center. It's wrong. Because if, as you said, if they have actually developed Nigeria, I'm telling you, Auntie B, I had ectopic pregnancy in Nigeria in the 90s. They used torchlight to do operation for me. Torchlights. Every time I look at that sky, I get on my knees and thank my God. I had 7 pints of blood because the tube it ruptured. The hospital did not have ultrasound. They drove me to Ife to go and do the ultrasound. Oh God. Torchlights. In Nigeria, this is the 90s.
Just imagine how dangerous that is.
Very dangerous.
I did not give the example just now that if you want to do that, they're having surgeries and electricity is gone.
Yes.
Electricity is gone during surgery, live surgery. One day munolo.
And then you have somebody be carrying, when they were going to Turkey, they 20,000 pounds cash. Myself, I've been working in this country. I don't have 20,000 pounds cash in my account. Honestly,
Tony, please don't make me laugh.
20,000 pounds cash.
Oh my God.
It is very sad. So I am happy. God will help the daughter. And Auntie, let me tell you something. If they had gone, when this thing broke and everything scattered, she went on Instagram and was saying she needs a kidney. Did people not come out to say they were going to give her kidney?
I think one girl like that. Yes, she came out and said wanted to give kidney. She made a video and said she wants to give kidney.
There are some good hospitals in Nigeria that do this kidney transplant. And
the funny thing, it's even possible for her to still get the kidney here in the UK. It's possible.
It is possible.
It's just that there's a waiting list.
There is a waiting list.
But she can still get it. This is the good thing about this country. As much as they want to put the parents in jail, they can still give that young lady.
They'll give her, but she has to wait her turn.
But she has to wait her turn. Because over here, you cannot jump the queue.
You can't jump the queue.
It's turn by turn.
It's turn by
turn. You can't
turn.
buy privileges, pay. Oh, my father is this, so I should jump to the front.
No,
It's not done.
you can't jump the queue. You have, and they're doing dialysis. So so many people. I've had people that have buy before they got to their turn. That is it. But you have to wait. You cannot buy it.
Yeah. They
No,
didn't want to wait.
no
And
individual is
you
better
see, the thing
than.
I didn't like about it is the fact that they chose somebody who was vulnerable because
Yes,
of his situation.
yes,
That is exploitation. And that is what this modern day slavery is all about.
yes,
When
yes,
you exploit somebody based on their economic circumstances for your own gain.
yes,
And that is why they were found guilty.
yes.
And they saw a lot of evidence. You know, now, this is not Nigerian courts. If
Uh-uh.
it's Nigeria, they will
There's
work,
so
who will
many.
even arrest them?
There's so many things that have not even come to the public domain that they would have seen. That they
Yeah.
would have not. Yeah, there's so many, because I know how it works
They
in this
have a
country.
lot of evidence. They had
They
so
have a
many things that
lot
they
of
collated.
evidence. A lot of it. And to be saying, well, I did not the amount of defense they were making that they did not realize, I think I was going to be conned. I was thinking, do you think these people are stupid? Eh? Even senators came from Nigeria, they were doing agbada like this. I was thinking, are these people crazy?
They all came to support him when he went to court once upon a time. Where are they now? I can't see them anymore. All
20
of them,
years.
they are in the same WhatsApp group. They are all together. Nigerian politicians, I'm sorry. I don't think any Nigerian politician is honest. I don't think so. I don't
You will,
believe any of them.
you will see hospital in Nigeria, there's no mattress. People will be sleeping on what is it called? The spring of the bed. No mattress, no nothing.
So do you think, lastly, Tony, do you think that other politicians will learn based on what's happened to Ekremadu and his family about?
I pray they learn, but I still think some of them will not learn.
Okay. Do you know what I think? I think they should ban medical tourism.
Yes, they should. They should
ban it.
They should.
If you are a political office holder, you are not allowed to come abroad for treatment. Use the hospitals you've created there. Use the facilities you bought. Use everything down here. Don't come abroad. They should stop Nigerian politicians from sending their children abroad to school, and they should stop the politicians themselves from coming abroad for treatment.
Yeah. And I think
it is only when that is done that they will. You see, when all the Western countries shut their borders during COVID.
Yes, exactly.
Did you not see that they sat up?
Yes, exactly. Nobody could go anywhere. That Royal Free Hospital, they're going to probe them, because this is not, because I think that is where that Obina did his own as well. They're definitely going to probe them. They're definitely going to probe them.
Thank you very much, my sister. I appreciate you, Tony. God bless you. I'm glad that God saved you from that surgery that they use torchlight to do. It's not your time yet. God is good. All right, Adama, you are next. Welcome. What do you have to say? I know you are very passionate about this case as well.
Wow, sis, you know what? I've been following that case since last year. In our job, part of our job is, when we go for our visits, is to look for, signs of people that may be victims of modern day slavery. You understand?
Yeah.
So this particular one, I think it kind of stands out because it involves organ harvesting, So this particular case is actually a landmark case. In the UK, they've never had this kind of thing before.
Is the first one?
Oh yeah, in terms of organs, normally modern day slavery, here is normally maybe around, African.
They bring domestic staff. Yeah,
that's right. Or but this one is landmark in terms of the organ harvesting. I mean, remember that torso of that young child that was found in the Thames many years ago? That was never solved. Do you understand? And the organs were missing. So this is like a landmark case. And the thing is, I mean, there is hope for Sonia. Do you know that her siblings can donate their kidney? It's too late.
I don't know why they didn't. I mean, I'm wondering why.
Because it wasn't seen as an option. The option for them was to get a spare part. And that's what that boy was. He was a spare part. Do you understand?
I think they're not hearing you, Adama. They say your mic is low. Can you swap your you know how the platform we are is, so sometimes you need to use.
Hear me now?
Yeah, it's better. Yeah.
Can people hear me?
Yeah.
Hello?
Go ahead. Yeah, it's better now.
Can you hear me?
Go ahead, Adama. I can hear you.
Am I audible?
Yes,
Hello?
you are. Go ahead. Now she can't hear us. Adama, can you hear me?
I can't hear anyone.
Okay, I will take you out so you come back, yeah? Okay, let me take you out. The link is in my comment section if you want to say something about this. What do you guys think? Do you think that David is an opportunist? Or do you think that Ekremadu deserve what they got? And that this should be something that will not stop with them alone. All these Nigerian governors, senators, House of Rep member, all of them, that God should continue to expose them like this because of their inhumanity and everything that they are doing to, deprive the average Nigeria of what they should have. Because this is why they go into office. In this part of the world, when a politician comes to knock on your door, this is what they do here. They go door to door. Even if they can't come, they have their team that will go door to door. They will tell you, okay, what are your concerns? What are what are the things that, you want, your MP to look at? People go, MPs in this part of the world, which is like the ministers, they have surgeries in their local area. You book an appointment as an ordinary resident, you go and meet them, including immigration issues, housing issues. There's nothing you cannot take to them. They have to meet with you know why they meet with their constituencies like that? Because they will need their votes. So they need to make Nigerian politicians are unreachable, they are untouchable. They only deal with that's why Adewale was saying the other day that it's only when election is coming you will see them, they will start doing hair, they will start doing this, they will start doing this. But after election, they are gone. You won't see them again. In this part of the world, if you are not accessible, forget it. Who's going to vote for you? They hold their politicians. Politicians in Nigeria feel like they're doing you a favor when they construct borehole. They will go and do big events to celebrate it. They'll be cutting ribbon that they built a market or they built a borehole. Is it your money that you used to build it? And the people will be grateful. They will be happy and be celebrating them. I don't know whether people even know what they even know what their right is. I don't know. Adama,
Hello?
welcome back. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay,
Can
go
you hear
ahead.
me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, yeah. I'm really sorry about that. Yeah. So like I was saying, this thing with the daughter and the kidney, she can get a kidney from any of her siblings. But like I said, they chose not to. It was seen as an option not to go for anyone in the family, but to go and get a spare part from Nigeria. And that's why that thing happened. So I'm just saying, there's hope for her. They can share a kidney. Honestly, they can do that.
Yeah.
And you see, yeah, I mean, with that young man, there's no way he would have been given enough information to understand from outside. Do you understand? Because normally
Yeah.
when you go for those kind of
Yeah.
consultations, because I mean I've been for one before, but I mean not to do with kidneys. So normally in the morning you'd be speaking to a specialist nurse who'll be assessing you, and then the second part of the day you speak with the consultant who's going to perform the operation.
Yeah.
And that is where they give you the whole lowdown. And,
Yeah.
and from there, they would have seen that this boy has not lived in the country and he's kind of like clueless.
I
And
think
that's when
one
the
would
alarm
did
would have blown.
one of the shows that I did last year, I talked about capacity.
Yeah.
That when you want to assess someone,
Yeah.
because I think their lawyer was trying to prove that he knew what he was coming here for. But the thing about capacity is that there are stages. And if you fail one of them, then you are deemed to lack capacity. You know that.
Yeah.
Because you do mental capacity assessment every day in your job.
Yeah.
So I totally believe that he lacked the capacity to even understand the gravity of what he was going to surrender himself for.
Yeah.
He's
Because
going to be left with only one kidney
yeah,
for the rest of his life, and he's going
yeah,
to need aftercare,
that's the
and he's
thing.
going to live a certain kind of lifestyle for the rest of his life, which
Yeah.
he could not afford.
Yeah. And that's what wouldn't have been shared with him anyway. Do you understand? So I mean, he wasn't really kind of like well put up in that sense. And so of course he got scared. And obviously relieved when he found that he didn't even fit, that he wasn't even the right fit.
I heard that
And
it
I
wasn't
think,
even a fit. That is the worst part of it.
yeah. And then that's when they started to treat him like trash. So
Hmm.
imagine that boy out on the streets for 3 days with no food, in a strange place, uprooted from his normal environment. He was scared. You understand? And I mean, and that's why I'm glad that he's going to be protected, because if he goes home, he's going to get killed anyway. Sorry, he's going to get bite or whatever. He's not going to survive.
Yeah, I don't think he will ever
You
try
know,
to go back to Nigeria because he he
no,
he,
there's
he, he
there's
too he
no
knows.
point.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
he knows
But
that
but
it won't be
but
safe
even
for him to
so,
do
they
that.
yeah, but even so, they say that we have hospitals in Nigeria that can actually do that operation anyway. But because obviously they're in Nigeria, everything abroad is seen as the best. So obviously they want the best for themselves in terms of medical
Of course, they want the
care.
best. They want the best.
Yeah,
Even the children they're here.
yeah.
Yeah.
All in
Somebody
private
said,
bodies
let
with
me read what Nkechi is saying. Nkechi said, David is not an opportunist. Nigerian politicians are criminals. They didn't expect it uh, to the guy. They didn't explain it to the guy very well. They just told him the advantage of what he needs to hear.
hmm,
Absolutely.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
Because they're saying that the cost of that aftercare and would be in the region of up to £100,000, onwards. Of course, which he doesn't have, and which the family was never, ever even, gonna give anyway. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Like I said, he was seen as a vessel for a spare part. That's all
Yeah,
he was.
it feels like Harry. Harry said that it was the spare part.
Oh,
that it was spare. I
yeah,
think
yeah,
David felt like it was spare.
yeah,
They
yeah.
wanted to use him as spare, but God did not allow it.
I mean, it's
Mm.
it's it's so sad because this was so avoidable. But I think another damning thing is the way a lot of Nigerians of a certain class are kind of like on the experimental side. Do you understand? And it's like they're all seeing the boy as the cause of the situation when he's not.
Uh, why are you surprised? I'm surprised that you are surprised, Adama. Don't you know how those people, the way they think? Some
Hmm.
of them they don't think rationally. They can't look at things critically.
Yeah, but even the
This
ones that
is
we have who are based here and who are educated, even they are,
mm,
even they all see the boy as the cause of this whole thing when he's not
that's
really. It's
why
not his fault. He's a victim.
how many of them okay. Yeah, let them see whatever they want to see. The law is the law. If you break the
Yeah,
law, you pay for it, and they are paying
yeah,
for it now. We will see what the judgment is. We're waiting. May is around the
yeah,
corner. Thank you
yeah.
very much, Adama. I appreciate you, my darling sis. God bless you. Let me move forward now to Brother Adewale, I see you. I'm going to come to you. Please, if you want to say something, come to the studio. The link is in the comment section. Are people liking? I'm not sure people are liking. Let me check. The likes are very, very few. People have been waiting for us to give an update. We're still going to give an update when the sentence is handed down on May 6th or 5th. So we have 849 people watching and we have less
Wow.
than 200 likes. So people are not liking. I don't know why. Can you please give us a like? Give us a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up. Yeah. Somebody, Bola is saying is the arrogance of it all. Yeah. If you are rich
Mm-hmm.
and powerful in Nigeria, you tend to be very, very arrogant. They don't see these poor people as human beings. They see
No.
them as people that are put in this world for their own whatever they want to do with them. Yeah. Have you liked the video? Please give us a thumbs up, guys. Brother Ade, welcome, sir.
Hi, Sister B. Happy Sunday to you. How are you?
I'm good, sir. Welcome.
All right. So please like, and
Yes,
share.
people are not
We gotta
liking.
blow.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
We
David.
gotta blow this
Somebody is
spot.
asking, that's David. This is David. When David got here and he was already taking pictures and sharing on social media.
That's good. Now we need to
The
share.
poor boy was
But
just so happy to get on a plane to get here.
uh, I know. But you already said the key point, Sister B, is the economical factor that always brings this kind of situation to our people. It's very
Mm-hmm.
unfortunate. Our politicians and the rich people have taken advantage of our economical factors, which they have created in many ways. And that's why you see the politicians, they do what they can do and get away with it. So I'm so happy this happening to him. The arms of the law is coming to him. And as a human being, I don't wish him bad, but there's consequences in anything, and that's karma. Whatever we do in this world, God is watching and judging. So is
Amen.
God is watching and judging. Is the innocent feeling of that young man that they use now? The law is coming, and like my sister said earlier, she said that probably they could have used their own family member. What I want them to know and establish the fact here, because I have my own nephew who's going through it, two of them actually. What happened is that if your family does not match, they will not take you as a candidate for donation. So they have to go outside. So
This one
sometimes they
too,
go through.
Okwade, this one too didn't match. Oh,
Yeah,
David was not a match. That's what I heard.
exactly.
Last,
You see,
he wasn't even a
yeah,
match. Mm-hmm.
yeah. So it happened. And another fact I want you to consider too is that in Nigeria, my nephew did it in Nigeria. I don't want to mention the hospital. We paid 1.5 million naira. It's
Only.
still the same. The result is come back to dialysis.
Hmm.
But for me, can you sue any? Because number one, these doctors that did operation, they came from India.
Mm-hmm.
Are you getting my point? So you
Yes,
see
sir.
how our medical situation has become so. I mean, I don't know how to put it.
Yeah.
So these politicians, because they actually don't care. How can you
Yeah.
tell me the whole of how intelligent, how smart that country is to be having importing a doctor to come and do operation in Nigeria?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that
Mm-hmm.
a shame?
I mean,
And so
one of the things on Kwade that the UK system took into consideration is about the power dynamics in this relationship. So the
yeah,
senator is a big man up there, very, very big man.
absolutely. Yep.
This
Hmm.
boy is a nobody. So already he's deemed as vulnerable because
Yes.
you are taking advantage of him. You picked him up from nowhere and you're
That's
telling
it.
him you want to take his kidney. Why now?
Yeah. Yeah.
That one
Yeah.
alone. Hmm.
Because let's just be like you said, if you are a donor, know the process. I know it happened in UK. A number of questions that they will ask you,
Oh yes. Oh
and
yes.
what they will, and then you have to sign. You have
Yes.
because you
They
have to
have to go
go
through
through.
counseling. They have to go through a lot
Yes,
of things.
you have
Yeah.
to exactly.
Yeah.
And in America here too, there's a line for donation. But if you have immediate family member or relatives or friends who can donate for you, you can skip the line. But they have to be, because when you go to the hospital, you have to be on the line for organ donation. They cannot
Mm-hmm.
just say, oh, because you are son of so and daughter of so. No, they cannot. But the
Yeah.
fact that I found that they do here too in America is that even though you are a recipient and you have somebody who are willing to donate, and once they go through the record and process that person is an ideal candidate for you. So, like you said, they will go through their counseling, through the process,
They go through a
and
lot.
then
Yeah. They
through a
go
lot
through a lot
and find
to
out.
prepare
But you
to
can
prepare
skip
the
the line.
donor.
That's what
Mm.
and that's the part I want to establish, that in America you can skip the line, but it depends on who is giving it to you.
No, I mean,
Who is
when I
giving
say
it?
you cannot skip here in the UK, is when because here they have people who sign up for organ when they want to delete, they will say,
Donation.
take my organ.
Yeah,
And it's possible for
yeah,
somebody to
organ
delete and
donation.
their organs are still good. I think
Yeah,
I think my daughter was telling me, "Hey, I should opt out of it because I think 1 year they automatically signed everybody, except you go to
yes,
the, our medical system is different from America, right? We have a national
yes,
system here, right? So when I say you have to be on the queue, is for the national one, which is donation, anonymous donation. But when you have
yes,
somebody that is donating to you, like a friend or family member, of course, you can have the
yeah,
operation, as
yeah,
soon as
yeah. It's
is possible.
the same thing in America here. Like if you go for our license here, they ask you if you want to be an organ donor. It's was an option question. God forbid. That's why they ask you that. So if they ask you if you want to be an organ donor, you are not.
Yeah.
It's not compulsory. It's not. Or you are not compelled to do it. It's a voluntary something. But what I'm saying is that I think our politicians, this should be a lesson for our big men and big man in Nigeria,
Yeah.
because they think. And that the question too that you put that you say is that are they going to stop these people coming from to do this type of thing? I don't think so, Sister B. You have to remember, this hospital that are doing this operation is about the money too.
Yeah, that's what someone said today. I was having this
It's
conversation with
about the
someone in my
money.
church. This is exactly what she
Yes,
told me. She said it's all about the money.
it's all about the money. So for us
Mm-hmm.
to say, oh, the foreign government or so, we came up with a law to stop no, they cannot do that. You
It's
cannot do
just
that.
like, stopping people from coming to school here. No, they want the money.
Exactly. They want the money.
Nigerians bring a lot of money abroad. A lot of
Yes, we
money
do.
abroad. And these foreign countries need this money. That's why they will never stop it.
Absolutely, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So it
Mm-hmm.
all depends on us, the people of Nigeria. That what do we want for us? What is good for us? Because, like you say, to me, a politician in Nigeria, that's why it's hard for me to see a clergy person be a politician in Nigeria. Because the question I will ask you, what honest are you bringing?
Mm-hmm.
Because there's no way you can serve those people. I don't know. It's just hard on me for me to understand as a clergy individual, because number one, the politician will like to get to a certain position or to campaign, because you're going to say you promise, because campaign is about promise, Sister B. If you
No, they
cannot
don't.
promise
What
people,
what do Nigerian politicians promise?
exactly.
Is
They
how to
promise
steal
that they will give you.
is to steal ballot boxes. That's what they do. That is their promise. That if you
Well,
don't vote for
besides,
APC,
remember,
don't come out.
beside the ballot process, they will promise you this, and that. When I get there, I will do this and that. Do we see any changes?
They don't even promise
I'm waiting
anything,
for.
as far as I'm concerned. They don't
Yeah,
promise anything. I've never seen
yeah,
anybody. It's only Peter Obi that I've seen. I mean, I don't want to go into politics, but we're talking about a politician in Nigeria, so we can't avoid talking about Nigerian politicians.
of course. It's a part and parcel of
Which all
society.
the presidential aspirants, what did they promise Nigeria? What was their manifesto?
Yeah.
What did they promise?
Yeah.
They don't promise nothing.
It's a shame now. That's what I see about. That's why, Sister Bell, to be honest with you, I stay out of Nigerian politics, because it gives you headache. It's like, what is going on with us that we don't see? We cannot see the light. We cannot see anything. And like you say, it's like everything is about manipulation. It's like
Yeah.
to control people. Because you see, these people will bring politics, they will bring religion, they will
Yes.
bring tribal. They will
Mm-hmm.
always create a division among ourselves. And like you say, they have their own club that they come to eat
Oh
and
yeah, they are all friends
and
behind
enjoy each
closed
other and
doors. Oh
exchange.
yeah,
And they know who is next. Sister B,
their
we are
children
just
marry
talking.
each
They know who
other.
is next. Yes, they know who is next. They unpick the next president of Nigeria. Mark what I tell you, behind the closed door.
Oh, of
They
course.
unpick the next Nigerian president behind the closed door.
Mm-hmm.
So let's be for real, because for us all to say that something like that don't happen, we have to
So do you
know the
think they are going to
reality.
change? Uncle Ade, do you think with this Ekwemadu's case now that the incoming Nigerian politicians will learn their lesson?
I doubt it, because you have to remember, most of them have to send their kids abroad. They have to do whatever it's convenient for them to do, and to have the upper hand in every level that they do. So I don't think it will change.
I don't think it will change.
They will only probably change another way that they will not become too exposed again. Maybe
Yeah. Maybe they won't come
they will.
to the West. They will
They
never
will
come
come
to
to
the
the
UK
expose.
again.
Yeah, they're probably going to India and all
They will
that.
go
So
to
they go,
India.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes. So
They
that's
have a
possible.
lot
So
of good India doctors here. They will go there.
they have a lot of avenue for them to get their things done. So I
Yeah.
mean, you kidding me? They know the in and out, the corner of what they can do. So I mean, you can see the crisis that Nigeria is going through now. Do you think are they feeling it? What the common man is feeling? I don't think so. They're enjoying everything. everything's hardship that we are going through Nigeria. Some of them are laughing and happy. So we just play for Nigeria, my sister. And they say, God bless Nigeria, like I always say, God bless Nigeria. So we can't
Thank
just
you, Uncle Ade.
deny. Thank
I
you so much.
appreciate you,
Happy
sir.
Sunday.
All right.
All right.
Happy Sunday,
Thank
sir. My love to Auntie. God bless you. Yeah. Everybody that's called in say they are not optimistic that they will ever change. They will still remain like Pharaoh. Their hearts will be hardened. Yeah. Somebody in the comment section said that God hardened the heart of the judge during the trial. That the Lord hardened the heart of the judge. Yeah. We have a jury system here, you know. Yeah. We have a jury system as well. In cases like this, I'm sure there was a jury. There must have been a jury. Yeah. Wow. Tis well. Adewale, how are you, love? Welcome.
Good evening, NTV. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Someone said that they'll be going to Turkey and India now. Do you think Nigerian politicians will change?
No, I think they're just going to find a way around it because some of them actually don't think that what he did is wrong. Because I just see a lot of people saying on social media, "Oh, the boy is an opportunist. He wanted to go abroad." And I'm
Yes.
asking them this question: does that absolve the Ekweremadu of the crime they committed? Because even if the judge or the court system discovered that the boy was in on it, they're not going to leave the Ekweremados. The boy is just going to join them, and they're both all going to go to jail. So even if he was an opportunity and he knew everything, which I highly doubt, they still committed a crime. They're still going to go to jail because that's not allowed. You can't pay. It's not allowed. I don't know. In the Western world, it's not allowed for you to offer even your family member money for
Money.
them to donate,
Yes.
because that sets a very bad precedent, because it leads to a lot of you
Mm,
know
mm.
illegal organ harvesting that happens everywhere in the world, and people pay because of that. So the law is very strict on that.
You know the funny thing? The UK system, legal system is very funny. I won't be surprised if they don't get more than 12 months in jail or 2 years maximum. They're not going to get stiff sentence. If it's America now, I'll be saying, oh, baba, oh, America, they might get life sentence, or they will just give them 24, 25 years, or they will say two life sentences.
With no
But
parole.
UK system, they're not the two jail people like that. They won't get more than, maybe they will say 18 months. Mark my words, they're not going to get anything more than 2 years. But still, it's important. It's very,
It's
very
something that
important.
we get
A
justice.
statement is going to be made with
It
that.
has
Yeah.
to be made. It has to be
Mm,
made. But I'm
yeah.
not. I'm not really sure that the politicians are going to change, because the Ekweremadu's case is a very unique one. It's not like the regular one where the politicians themselves go for health checks, and they only need like healthcare that doesn't require another human being or an
Mm,
organ. But this case is very unique because they were trying to save their daughter, and the
mhm.
daughter needed something that they can't just buy in the market.
They can't buy it, oh. They
Exactly.
can't.
So
Mm.
I guess maybe but the thing is, even if they try to, I don't think they'll just find a way around it. They'll go to other countries.
Isn't that a lesson, though, Adewale?
I mean,
You
I've
said
seen
something else. The daughter needed something they couldn't buy. They
they
have all the
couldn't buy
money in the world. They can buy anything. But there are some things that are not for
it.
sale.
They're not for sale.
Isn't that on itself? It should just Nigerian
Humble.
politicians need all these big men in Nigeria that think they are big. That
The thing,
alone should humble them. It's not everything you can buy.
the
It's just
thing
like Bat now that he says is president elect, and yet he's flying to France already to go and arrest. And they say if it's possible to buy good health or to buy youth, I'm sure you bought bought it
is
to be 40
important.
years,
Exactly. I mean,
you'll be
the
40
thing,
years young again.
those politicians, they serve their conscience the minute they get there. So they don't think like the way we do. Because if they're thinking logically, they would know that even if they don't like do anything for the people in that country, at least the healthcare system, they should try to save that one, because it's not going to affect just the poor people. It's going to affect them too.
What I want to ask going before we end the show is that how can we get people in Nigeria, the voters, the average, Mama Chukudi, Mama Emeka, Mama Yinka, Mama Ogochi, the average market women, artisans, civil servants, how can we get them to understand that politicians are not doing them a favor? And if you elect them and they don't do or they don't perform well, you can hold them accountable. How do you think, are we ever going to get to that point in Nigeria?
You might if there's continuous education, because
Hmm.
people don't know what they don't understand, what they haven't seen. Like, given our history, our leaders have always been people we think that we serve, not the other way around.
Yes, yes.
It's always been like that. My Oga, oh, Mr. President, Your Excellency, Honorable. These
Hmm.
funny names we call them.
Excellency. They like that
Exactly.
word.
They like that word, honorable.
Incidentally, I've never seen any politician, including our prime minister here, that they use that word excellency for.
Because they're there to serve. They don't see themselves as even.
Excellency. Boris Johnson used to ride, as much as I don't like him, he used to ride bicycle around Camberwell in South London.
He
Eh?
has to. He has to because
Who calls him excellent? Excellent. He doesn't even see himself. Oh, I
they
don't know.
don't see
This democracy, can it work? Because the way Oyibo man see themselves and the way our black average Nigerian politician will
themselves.
see themselves,
It's very
even
different.
ordinary local government chairman will be calling themselves excellency.
Excellency, my chairman.
Are
Exactly.
you excellent?
If they're going to the market, they'll have like 4 5 convoys following them
eh,
everywhere.
eh.
They they
You,
they they
it
don't.
was when they call him the bicycle mayor, Boris, not the current mayor. I don't know how much you know about UK politics, but the
I
one with Donald Trump, that looks
I
like
know I
Donald
know I know
Trump tweet.
Boris Johnson.
It was when he became prime minister that they made him, because they say as a prime minister you cannot ride bicycle. That's when he ditched his bicycle. He used to ride bicycle everywhere. He was not driving, he didn't own a car. But mind you, he was born into money. These people have old, when English people say old money, it's money that has from generation to generation. That's what they call
Yes,
old money.
yes.
But he didn't have a car. But your excellency in Nigeria, they will line them up. They will go
Line
with
them up.
screen. They will be disturbing the whole Adubo.
Everywhere, everywhere. They just construct one small road. They're going to organize one big event, and they'll be coming. Even that they'll be commissioning everywhere.
Ṣé wọ́n ṣépè fún wọn ni? Did they swear for all these Nigerian politicians to
They'll
lo
be
long?
commissioning everywhere. Even this weekend, that guy that helped Tinubu rig election in River State, everyone was saying he's good because he's. I'm like, there's nothing good about what he's doing. He's just building. He's doing his job. Why is he commissioning everywhere and he becomes drama? It's just because that's how they see themselves as kings. They don't see
Somebody is
themselves
asking
as
a very
servants.
good question, Adewale. Zumik said, do you think Ekwemadu will still be a senator after serving his sentence? So let me answer you, Zumik. Apparently, he was on a journey to become the governor. If this thing didn't happen to Ekwemadu, he was going to contest for the governor of his state, right? But at this point, I think his political career is gone.
No, I don't think so. Actually, when he goes back to Nigeria, he's going to become a political
A
godfather.
godfather. That's what it will
Like,
become.
like this
That's
guy,
what happened to what's his
um,
name? The one that was in jail in the UK.
Lamitia. Is
No,
it
not only
Lamitia?
Alamisia. Alamisia has spied now. It's not
Um,
Alamisia.
this guy,
Delta State,
Delta,
Ibori,
Bori.
Ibori.
Exactly,
He will
exactly.
become a godfather. That's what they do.
I'm
They
very
will
sure
not be the ones that are electing the
exactly
governors.
the minute he
Mm.
lands in wherever he's going to land in Nigeria after his sentence, they're going to organize a big party, and you see convoys everywhere. And he's going because it's just like Nigerian politics. It's just it doesn't make any sense anywhere in the world, but that's how they are. So
Somebody said, laughing out to say that, Auntie Bill, how about the one going to church and mosque with siren? You see, oh God, if I want to talk about Nigerian politics, we
we
won't
we,
live here
we,
today. Oh.
we wouldn't.
So,
We wouldn't.
siren in this part of the world, guys, please like this video, is for emergency.
Yes,
Okay? Oyibo created siren for emergency. So, you use siren for ambulance, fire service,
police,
or fire brigade, and you use it for, what's the third one? Police.
police.
These are
Yes,
the three. These are the three agencies that use siren. But my people, Siren is for people to leave road. Everybody is using siren. Once we are coming, like their own siren is that they will have mopo. If you don't leave the road, koboko, they'll be
They-
wiping you. You need who, how dare you? My chairman is passing and you're on the road. Who are you?
the minute the president is going maybe to another state in Abuja, there's always huge traffic.
That is during Jonathan, anytime that patient was coming to Lagos, people were having trauma. Because
The
they say
same
any
thing with
day that
Buhari.
patient comes to Lagos, they say the whole traffic in Lagos will be blocked. When you can
Block.
just come in quietly without anybody knowing that you are there. Nigeria, it's like democracy that is given to us at Adewale. Oyibo gave it to us, but we use it to oppress one another.
Like we like for democracy to work, there needs to be a foundation. In Nigeria, we don't have that. That's the problem. We don't have that because our leaders don't see themselves as going there to serve. They don't have the love for the common man. They don't. It's like when they're running for elections, they're not campaigning for the people to vote for them. They're actually campaigning for the godfathers of their parties to make sure that they win the election. That's what they do.
And did you notice something, Adewale? Senate has become a retiring spot for
It
all the
is
governors in Nigeria.
because there's no term limit. There's no term limit
So
for Senate
any
and House of
governor that does 8 years now will retire to Senate.
Senate.
That's
Exactly.
all of them. That's what they do
That's
now.
what they do. That's what they do. All of them.
Chineke.
That's
Why
what they
did
do.
Oyibo people give us this democracy now? Why?
I'm not even sure
Why?
it's but right all I know is it's not
Eh?
working for us in
Why?
Nigeria.
Why? Because it's upside down the way they
It's
practice it
upside,
in
like
Nigeria.
upside. It's not
It's
practice.
everything against what is supposed to be. Government of the people, by the people, for the people.
That
This
that
one is
that
government for the few, by the few, for the few.
our leaders are not elected; they are selected. That's what we have. They're
Hmm.
selected. I mean, look at this guy. What's his name? Sonwolu. That guy, he didn't win that election. Look at what they did it to make sure he won it. So it's sad, but I hope at least it scares the politician a bit, and I'm hoping that Mado and his wife gets more than 2 years. If it's just 2 years or 18 months,
I hope so. I hope so too.
I'm not
Maybe
gonna
they
be
should get
happy.
10 years. We're optimistic. But I
I'm
know
not
how
gonna be
lenient
happy.
UK court system are very
I
lenient.
hope I
So
hope this one is an
I don't know.
exception because no.
Okay, yeah, okay. I join my faith with yours, Adewale. Let's hope they get a stiff, what the British people will call a stiff,
They need to get a
a
stiff one
stiff
because
sentence.
they need to spread the message. If he just gets 2 years, I'm very sure another African politician, maybe in the next 4 or 5 years, will probably do what that guy did. If
Hmm.
it's just 2 years, he gets.
So what if they go to all these corrupt countries? Because India is a third world country too. So the corruption there too. Do you think
Well,
you can hold them accountable if they do that in India, for
no, we
instance?
wouldn't. The reason why
We
they're not
wouldn't
going
even
there,
know.
we wouldn't know. The reason why they don't go there is because the facilities in UK are a lot better than in those countries. That's why they keep coming to the UK. In India, it's a wild west, and there's nothing guaranteed. There's a lot of illegal medical stuff that goes on there. That's why they prefer to come to the UK because the facilities are there, the system is there, the doctors happen to be there as well. So it's looking nice and well for them. And the what do you call it? The recovery. I don't know what they call it in medical term. Like the aftercare after surgery is also good in the
Yes,
UK. That's why
yes.
they come there. That's
Hmm.
why they come there. So I just hope they get more than 2 years. And
Okay,
they need
okay.
they need a stiff sentencing just to
I hope
send
so.
a
I hope
huge
so.
message.
I hope they get a really good sentencing. Yeah. Let's see all these senators that will come now to throw their
They
support.
all
Hey,
ran away. At the beginning of
they
the
didn't
thing,
come when they
they,
were going to find him. We didn't see them again.
we didn't see them again.
What kind of fair weather friends are these ones now?
I think what they thought was that they thought that we were still in Nigeria, so they came with their agbadas and
With
everything
the
to the
Agbada,
court.
all of them were wearing
They thought
1,400.
they thought when they get there, they're going to oppress the Oyibo
Oyibo people with their
constitutional judge.
Agbada. You see, if you see the way Oyibo people look at them, they don't know
They
the way
don't know.
Oyibo man think.
They
The
don't
way the
know.
average of Oyibo man, he would just look at them, àwọn ẹranko.
They
You
don't
know,
know. They
they look at them as, oh God, I can't even describe the way they look at them. If they knew, they would not wear agbada and be coming there to court. Pay. We are here to support. You are
they
support.
thought
You are
They thought it's
supporting what?
Nigeria. I don't know. I thought it's Nigeria. After that first hearing, I didn't see any of them anymore. Even on
You know,
social media, they
you
all
see,
kept quiet.
Adewale, Nigeria is so dysfunctional that people people support the wrong thing.
They
So
do.
Ekwemadu did the wrong thing and he got a lot of support. In this part of the world, politicians will run away from things like that. They will disassociate themselves and say, no, we don't support it
Immediately.
because they know it's the wrong thing. You see how twisted it is?
It is. It is very
It almost
twisted.
wants to turn your head around, pay. When somebody is doing the right thing, you people are joining to support, pay. We are here for you. We stand gidigba with you to do the wrong thing.
Like
Ah,
doing the right
Mashio.
doing the right thing in Nigeria right now feels like you're running against the tide. That's how it
Hmm.
feels in Nigeria. Doing the right thing. People will take you for a fool if you're doing the right thing, and that's how it is now.
Yeah.
So no one wants to do the right thing. So because when you do if you do the wrong thing and you're powerful, you're always going to get support. The politicians came. Oh, we're here to support our distinguished senator.
Distinguished.
That's what they call
Honorable.
themselves.
Honorable His
Honorable,
Excellency. They
excellency,
will give all the
distinguished.
titles in this
I
world. His
know.
Excellency, are you excellent? They need to remove that excellency from all of them. Excellency, my foot.
They call anywhere they go. His excellency. His all like those things make them feel like they're on top
Feel
of
they
the
feel
world.
they feel like demigods.
They
Hi.
should be begging for our votes, but they're acting like no matter our votes don't count.
Hmm.
That's how they move. Even like even in some countries, because we have bad politicians everywhere. Even those bad politicians, they still campaign and beg for votes in other countries. In our country, they don't even campaign at all. They'll call them for debate. They don't come. They
Hmm.
don't even come.
It's the
Even the manifesto,
arrogance.
even the
So much
manifesto, you have to
arrogance.
beg them before they write a manifesto. You beg
Chai.
them. You beg.
That's why you don't see sane people going into politics in Nigeria
You
because
can't.
until Peter Obi, people were like, no, I
You
don't want to be roped into this kind of a thing.
you
What's
would
the
have
point?
you would have to sell your soul, like literally, to
Mm.
be a politician. And like, if you want to be successful, you have to. I mean, buying a form for a presidential elected
Election.
election is about 100 million naira.
Is that
Like
is that even that alone gong gong gong
that alone,
is a problem?
it's a problem because a lot of these politicians,
So you need to be rich to be a
exactly, a
president.
lot of them don't even have that money cash. They go get it from other people. So once they get elected, they have to
You
pay
have to
that money
settle
back.
them. Yes. That's it.
No,
That's it.
it's just
It's
like
like Yahaya. I heard that Yahaya too was going. He used all of Kogi money to buy farm.
he bought the
To,
fall back
and he
in
didn't even get
yeah,
selected.
yeah, your story is funny because when the whole thing first started, he came out, oh, I'm the youth. He started going to the gym and like taking videos and pictures of the gym. I'm a youth. I can lead. You know how these politicians.
And
These
this is the
people,
person that doesn't pay salaries.
exactly.
This is
I'm
the
a youth.
person that the state is in such a bad shape. And
But
that's why
like
whenever I see Dino Milai with all his Porsche and all his cars, it's like I should put my hand into that video. King Baleti.
people say like in Kogi State, there's nothing happening there. That's what a lot of people say.
Oh, you don't know Kogi State? Ah,
I only passed through there when I was going to Abuja, but I've never really
it's
lived
good
there.
that you don't know Kogi State, Adewale. There's nothing to know in Kogi State. There's nothing.
And I think
Nothing.
they have one major resources in Nigeria in Kogi State. I don't remember. But they
Ajaokuta
yes,
Steel Company
I
used to be there. It's
used to
still,
be there back in the day.
yeah.
But
But do you
now
think it's still open? Oh,
they've closed everything. There's
I
nothing working
beg you.
anymore.
They run it
So
down. Yeah.
it's
Thank
just
you, my dear.
yeah, think and to
Mm.
do. I hope they get more than 2 years.
We'll be
Minimum
here. Don't
5 years
worry.
is the
We'll
least
come
they need.
back. I will do my best. Whatever the day they do the sentence, we'll do that video by the grace of God. Thank you.
Thank you. Think and to do.
All right, my darling. Adewale for president. Patrick is in the building. Thank you so much, Adewale. Patrick, good evening, sir. Welcome. Hello, sir.
Sir, I say Your Excellency, Bridget.
Ah! Excellency. Excellency, Sonu.
I throw a salute to my Oga.
What? You don't need titles. I don't know why black man like title too much. Let your work speak for you.
I know. Excellency, my food. You guys did a good
Excellency.
analysis.
Excellency Kini.
I was just laughing when I
And you are excellent, don't pera any excellency.
Nigeria is a scam, my sister. Yeah, it's a scam. You know,
My battery said Nigeria is a scam. Oh my God. Why do you say that, sir?
you know, I'm in Nigeria now. You know, I took time to write notes. You know, talking about the healthcare. Healthcare is, is in shambles. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you, sir.
I remember when my wife had her first baby in Nigeria before we moved down here. At the general hospital, you have to donate blood. The man has to donate blood. And you know, the day of maternity day, when we went there, the nurses, they have a bucket. Before you can see doctor, you have to put money. Hello?
I'm hearing you, sir. Go ahead.
You have to put money in the bucket.
You donate money for what? What are you donating money for, Biko?
For the nurses.
For what?
You have to put money before you can see doctor. Apart from the money you pay for the car. I say, what kind of? And the funniest aspect of it, my sister in the general hospital, they are selling fake drugs. I bought medication for my mother-in-law. By the time we got home to use it, the thing was breaking like shock. Like, oh my God. In the general hospital in Nigeria.
Yeah. I think that's one of the challenges that the healthcare system, and that's why this late woman, Dr. Dora Akunyili, will always have my respect. She fought and fought and fought against fake drugs in Nigeria. You know, people don't even see any reason why they should not put chalk and call it paracetamol as long as it makes them money.
Yeah, if they can be selling that in a government hospital, what do we expect outside?
If you want to buy medicine in Nigeria, when I go to Nigeria, I don't go to any pharmacy to say I want to buy medicine. I have to tell my friends who live in the city to go and help me because they know where the pharmacy that sells the original. Most of them is fake. I'll go and buy from Aboki. You know Aboki sell medicine. You know in Nigeria, you don't need for most of the drugs, even the prescription drugs here, like what they call it, antibiotics and things like that. You can just buy it anywhere. Most of it is fake.
God help that country, my sister, and the thing is still the same up to now.
Yeah,
If Nigeria cannot generate light for more than how many years, up to now, my brother, if whoever wants to come in, if you just promise us, if that's the only thing he's going to do,
we are okay.
That person's name will be there for life.
We are okay with that, Bra Patrick. If you even say that you want to privatize it to state level so that companies will come and bid for it and they can give electricity. Do you know how many people will create? Because you know how Nigerians youths, even older people are very, very, industrious. They will create their own jobs. They will do things. All they need is that electricity for where if they see lights, they will thank God, say, up NEPA, we thank God.
Yeah, if that's the only thing they can do. That person, whoever comes in, whoever does that, his name will be there for life.
Yeah. Why do you think they don't want electricity? Because Atiku is the owner of the biggest selling generator company, Mekano.
Nigeria is bigger than whoever, whether Atiku or Bat or whoever. That's what they don't know.
Yeah.
So, we are talking about the politician. One thing that keep on coming to my mind, our politician, whoever is in the house, can they have a website that we can go into and see what they are doing for their constituency? Website is the easiest thing to build by all these kids.
Yeah. You can even build it yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, the highest they will take is 100, even professional 100,000, they'll be updating it. I'm going to give you an example. During the COVID, I couldn't get unemployment. They just blocked me. I said, what? They said I've collected. I said, no. You know what I did? I just connected the man in my constituency, our rep. It was the secretary that even got my name and everything, got my social security. And he did everything. Unemployment office called me by Mr. Are you Patrick? I said, yes. and I was paid a lump sum.
Yeah. No, no, Nigerians don't have access to their politicians.
They should
They
have an
don't.
office that you can go to if you have, like you say,
No,
Auntie B.
no, they
You
are
have
too
immigration.
important. Their excellency, how can you have access to it? It's like going to see God.
If
No, you can't see them. You
if
can't
I
talk to them.
if I file for somebody in Nigeria and it's not coming for them having issue with immigration, I can involve my constituency member. As of
Yes,
rep, is going to stand on my behalf. I'm an American citizen.
exactly.
Talk less of Nigerians. You cannot see these people. They are
No,
showing
they
their
are
fancy car.
too big. They are big men.
They don't have an office that you can go to. They don't
If you
have a
go to if you go to their office, the security will not allow you to enter.
Hey, do they even have one, Auntie B? Let's be frank. Do they have their office in their local government? Do they have an office in there? I didn't have to go there. I have to call where my rep is. It's more than 2 hours drive to where I am living. I have to call. It was the secretary that picked it up. You know, can you believe I got in the mail last week, this Friday? I got in the mail. The man is going again. They sent me a card about the man. Whoever, you know what I mean? I said, look, I
You
can vote
vote for him happily because he came through for you when you needed him.
So if Nigeria can do that, let them have all this money they are using to carry, do whatever they want. Let them use to build website. Let us see. We can look at it from here. What Gino is doing, for example, instead of buying car, displaying the car.
All he does, how can a politician, you are a politician, a public figure, and you are like a social media influencer who is creating content every day. So you will go and you want to show us your cars in your garage. Is Dino Melaye a politician or is a content creator?
Leave that one.
Nigeria.
He just show his property, just show that he has money. Somebody said one time in Abuja, he said at the ATM there was no money. Who collected all the money? It was Gino Minai. He just got to the ATM, collected all the money that was there. Like what? So it's so talking about kidney donation. And God will help Nigeria.
Amen.
God will help us. Can you believe a colleague at my wife work donated to a colleague for a colleague?
Wow.
And she donated her kidney.
Wow.
It's
colleague just in the place of work.
Yes, a colleague. You just said, well, let me go and try. And the team said, yeah, you can donate. And she donated. So Nigeria, the issue of money. Ha! I don't understand, though. I don't understand. This man could have used any member of his family.
Yeah.
If the lady can be on, the daughter can be online, they don't have.
Yeah. I don't, somebody said in the comment section that he didn't even consider any of the family. He said it's not even an option. Let's use the poor people.
Yes.
It's the poor people's kidney that is good for us to use. The rich people, no. They need to live. So let's try the poor people. If they buy, they buy. Who cares?
Poor people are the guinea pig. You know what I mean?
Yes.
They are the guinea pig that they will use as sample. Let's use. If
yes. And the poor people is who cares about them? Let's use them. They are not important. They are not human being.
I wish it's America, like you said, where the former president is even afraid of being arrested now. You know what I mean? So I wish it's America. The man will have served, his
if it was America, he's done for. Before he comes out of that jail, his hair will be gray. That's if he comes out alive. So I love American legal system. They don't play.
Nobody is above the law in this country. There's a level, even there's a level you do it that people will pass on you.
So, Patrick, they said that they are owing workers' salary. M. King said they are owing these workers in the New York embassy.
Yes,
their salary, wages.
Adiola put it out. They are owing workers. Yes, I saw it on.
They use the money to do election.
Yes, you can imagine. And they even told them that they don't have to go to work. You can imagine.
Okay.
So they will go there and begin to beg for money.
Yeah, of course.
You know
That's
when
what happens.
I was getting my passport, let me put out. I have to Canada. I have to drive to Canada. Is closer, beside my state. I drove down there. I got my passport the same day, in less than 4 hours.
Hmm.
The guy, the ambassador, he's a British citizen. I'm a British citizen. He was born in England, in Nigeria. This guy is so efficient. You'll be there, they'll be showing Nigerian movie to you. I was there when I called my wife around 11. I've got my passport. I said no. I now do a FaceTime with her. I said, look at my passport. How do you do it? I fill my form. I got it that same day.
If you go to Nigerian High Commission, they will tell you there's no booklet. How many videos have I done about renew? I'm not even no. I told everybody that cares to listen that I'm not doing all this passport renewal. I'm done. No, I'm not doing it anymore.
Anybody in America, if you want to do your passport and put it on radio, we're on live TV now. Just if you're in America, just go through Canadian embassy. You get it the same day.
If you're an American, you can do it from the Canadian embassy to renew your passport.
If you can go in. I drove there. I'm in Michigan. I drove to Ontario in the night. I drove to Ottawa. Yes, and I got there 9 o'clock. By 11, my passport was ready. Because the booklet was there. They just took my picture. It's a center.
Was this your American passport or your Nigerian passport?
Nigerian passport.
Oh, okay.
I mean, Nigerian passport. I got the same day.
Right.
I've done everything online, paid for it. Just went there with my passport photograph. In less than 3 hours, I got it. Yes, I don't have to go to New York or wherever.
I thought they say you can go to Nigeria with expired passport now, because me, in the next 10 years, it's expired passport. Let me. I'm going to be carrying an expired passport up and down.
Nigeria, and I go settle them when we get there.
Me, I don't have time to renew any passport. Expired passport galore. That's what I'll be carrying up and down.
Nigeria, when you have your money, then go say, auntie, what you bring for us? So you go renew. You know what I mean? So, Nigeria situation. Now, God, though. President-elect, where America no congratulate.
They say, I heard somebody told me say he's begging America that he was begging America to congratulate him.
Someone will be say when you order Uber, you go pay for fees. Not be rigging be that you go pay for your Uber money.
It's okay. It is well with them. They will get what is coming to them. You see, if people know that karma is real, there's nothing that you do in this life that you will not have. If you don't pay for it, your children, will pay for it. Your children's children will pay for it. So, that's all I would say.
President-elect that cannot talk to people during elections, people don't fight those.
President-elect has gone to rest. They say Tony said that he's pregnant, so he's gone for bed rest after, before the delivery.
Thank you, Miss Auntie B. God bless you, Your Excellency.
Brother Patrick, if you call me Excellency, I'm going to call you Excellency too. I don't like titles. Jotori Olorun, Excellency Kini. Nah. Nah. If we live in this part of the world, we need to learn something from Oyibo's simple lifestyle. They don't have time for all those plenty titles. African people like title. They like Nigerians. I'm Dr. Mrs. Professor Dame. If you ask me, bring a certificate. Finish ONG. Like title. It makes us feel good. To oppress people. It's pride. Pride, ni? Kitchen Connoisseur, how are you, my darling? It's so nice to see you.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are your politicians in your country? Are they as bad as Nigerian politicians?
My goodness, they are very bad. And I was going to say, I dare not venture into Nigerian politics.
Mugabe was there for 40-something years before. He's only God that took him away from Zimbabwe.
He's the godfather. I come from the country that is the godfather.
You know what I think about Zimbabweans? I think they are very They are very gentle people. I don't think any president can stay that long. Mugabe was still loved by his people. Let me put it in quotes
You know
until
what?
he.
It's not that we are gentle. We just don't like fighting, so we just let him. We let
Oh,
God
Nigerians
do
like
it
to
for
fight.
us.
That's the one thing Nigerians like to do. Let me tell you something. There was rumor during Obasanjo's when I was in Nigeria that he did 8 years and he was trying to change the constitution so that he can go again. Ha! It was just rumor. He's not even done it. People were like, eh? Heh. No, no president in Nigeria can do more than 8 years. You
It
can do
doesn't
mago
work.
mago 8 years, but you know Nigerians are we are people that like no, we are not those kind of nah, you can't do that. How Mugabe managed to get away with that for so long in Zimbabwe, I still don't understand it. I hear that the one of Uganda,
It's
somebody was
worse.
telling me that in Uganda that the president has stayed longer. I think it's Cynthia that was telling me that this president has been in office longer than she's been alive.
Yes, and then there's the other one in Congo. No, in Cameroon, the Cameroonian one. The Cameroonian one is
Cameroon.
very long as well. He's the one falling asleep in conferences.
You people are too calm. You need to be like Nigerians. Oh my God.
Anyway,
39 years. Somebody said that the president has been 39 years in office. Please, what is he a king? No, this is not a president anymore. He must be a king.
no, do you
It's a
know what
king.
it is? Mugabe stayed 38 years. Mugabe did 38 years. He
I
did
don't know what to
38
say.
years.
Okay, let me just be quiet.
So
I don't know.
anyway,
I don't know. So a child that was born would have known only Mugabe for all the years. If you are 30 years old and you were born when he got into office, he's the only president you know all your life.
my sister was born the year Mugabe went into power. She didn't know any other president until she got to 38. She just knew one president. So that's how bad it is.
How is it
Anyway,
even possible, when it comes to the constitution, that somebody can keep getting, even if they are rigging of course they are rigging the election. How is it possible for him to stay in power? I think,
you keep on amending the constitution. He did what, as you said, Obasanjo tried to do.
Obasanjo
And
tried it, yeah.
yes, and nobody, people tried to
No,
fight.
Nigerians don't play like that. You can't try it in Nigeria. Oh, no, 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 no. And meanwhile, remember that Obasanjo was a military man. He was a general in the army. Before he served as president as a military man, and then he served as president as a civilian. If he couldn't do it, then nobody else can. You can't. Nigerians are not. They don't smile like that.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Anyway. So I wanted to talk about this interesting family. I've followed them from the beginning because it was such an interesting matter. And today I speak as somebody who has no expertise. I have followed along with everybody else. And one of the things you'd have heard is that it's a landmark case. So in 2015, you'd know that in 2015, a lot of laws changed around modern slavery and human trafficking.
Yes.
And started, even local authorities had to start assessing victims of modern slavery and human trafficking and servitude and so on. But one area, and there have been many prosecutions in that area, but one area where they hadn't managed to catch the mischief of human trafficking was in the area of organ harvesting. And so this is the first case where they've managed to where the British government has managed to prosecute somebody for this case. So it's a landmark case, and not only is it a landmark case, it will set a precedence for future cases. So now everyone who gets a case will be referring to the case of the Crown and Ekweremadu. Everybody will be referring to this case. It will set the law. Of course, it will be changed over the years to come. But
it's gonna be what's that word we use? Case, is it case law? Yeah, it will be a case law.
Yes. So it's everybody is looking at it. I mean, we're all looking at it with such anticipation to see what is going to happen. While you guys were talking, I was looking at the sentencing guidelines. The sentencing guidelines are tough for this.
Right.
Because this is clear human trafficking. And
Yes.
I'm not going to say what the sentencing guidelines are, but they are in excess of 10 years. So,
Okay.
so the thing is, afterwards, everyone can go and look at it. You look at sentencing for modern day slavery, or you can look at sentencing guidelines for human trafficking. And what makes a sentence go up or go down are what they call aggravating factors. And in this case, there are many aggravating factors with this man. First of all, he was given advice to go and look at family members. He ignored that. Secondly, there is what you mentioned as well, the balance of power between the two. The balance of power here is very clear. Who's powerful and who's not powerful.
Yeah.
Thirdly, there was also the issue that this man is a lawyer. And
yeah, he is a lawyer. Yeah.
He's said to have, I don't know if you know this, but he is said to have written.
Yes, he wrote most of the laws, yes. As a senator in Nigeria, he did.
Listen to this, for organ donation. He
Yes.
wrote the laws for organ donation for
Yes.
Nigeria.
Yes.
So that already is a person. So he's going to be taken not as a novice. He's going to be taken as a person who was in the know, who simply manipulated the system. And then they are also going to consider the victim. The victim is going to be considered as vulnerable. Firstly, because of his status.
Yeah.
This guy couldn't have been expected to know what he was going for.
Look at him. Just look at him. Does he look like who knows anything?
Yes. And I know that people most probably say when he came here, someone whispered and said, go and say this, go and say this. But the truth of the matter is, this boy may have known that he's selling his kidney for a certain amount of money. But one thing he didn't know is the effect it was going to have on
the impact, yes, the long-term aftercare.
The long-term, he did not know that, and nobody said. And let me tell you, if this boy had given his kidney, let this boy go to them 2 years afterwards, they wouldn't have entertained him.
They will not open the door for him.
Exactly, they wouldn't have entertained him. So he would have gone with that £7,000 and used it. Particularly, you don't know what his level of education is, his level of exposure is. You would have finished that money in a short space of time, gone on a shopping spree. So that is what the courts are going to look at. So in terms of sentence, I would ask people to just be a bit patient with the judicial system, wait and see. That's all I can say.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll wait and see. He's around here now. On that day, when this sentence is announced, I think it's May 6th or 5th. I can't remember.
It can't be May 6th because May 6th is coronation, so it's the 5th.
Is it 5th? 6th is coronation.
6th is coronation, I think.
No, coronation is not now. Coronation is in April.
In May. No, coronation is in May.
Hold on.
Coronation is in May. So
they put that coronation on our calendar. If you check your calendar, you will see it.
Yeah,
they put the coronation on our calendar. I'm like, who asked you people to put? Did we ask you to put coronation on our calendar?
Okay. It's the 6th of May.
Okay, let's wait and see.
Yeah,
we'll wait and see what they have to say.
Yes, and the other thing, I think this serves as a lesson to all, not only just Nigeria, to all African heads of state, because we know they come here for medical care. They don't maintain the medical systems. They don't maintain hospitals.
No.
Infrastructure in their own countries, but because they loot enough money, they are able to come here and help themselves to well-maintained systems and go away. I mean, I don't know if you know what the cost of that operation would have been. It was 80.
They say it was £80,000.
Yes. Could that not have built a village hospital in Nigeria?
Coronation is, somebody said coronation is 8th of May.
Is it? It's a Saturday.
Yeah, 8th of May is a Saturday. Is it? Is that the coronation date? Oh, okay. I didn't know. Nothing concern me. I don't like Charles, so it's none of my business. Anyway, I don't like any of the royal family, so it's none of my business. What I care about is Nigeria. So yeah. So them and their queen. If I'm going to do any show around coronation, I will be talking about Camilla. That woman, I will never like her. Never.
Bridget, let me go. You take care.
I will never like her. If I'm saying anything about her, is to be throwing her under the bus. Husband snatcher. Boko. Thank you, Kijikanos. I appreciate you, sis. Love you very much. Oh my God. Oh, coronation is 6th of May. Okay. I've heard. We don't care about that. What I care about is what is happening in Nigeria. It's none of my business. They say they want to give us public holiday. Did I ask them for public holiday? Eh? Some people, public holiday does not favor them. Hmm? If you are a locum, public holiday does not favor you because if you don't work, you don't get paid. Did I ask you for public holiday? Allow me to go and work, Jare. Nonsense. Coronation is on. Who asked you for a coronation? I beg. Thank you, my people. Thank you for being here today. I appreciate you. Give us a thumbs up. I mean, I'm just going to end by saying that if you know better, do better. See, this life, last, nobody is going to live it alive. We're all going to go. What remains is what they will say about you when you go. So, do good. If you're in position of power, don't look down on other people. These people, they can't do nothing to me. They can't touch me. I'm excellency. I'm almighty. I can do whatever I like. David and somebody said the case between Ekremadu and David is the case of David and Goliath. I don't know if it is, but God has a way of humbling us. Nigerian politician is not Ekremadu alone. They are usually very arrogant. They are pompous. They are very boastful. They show off. They will steal and they will use the resources that they steal to rub it in your face. Okay? I did this. I did this. I did that. But if you have 10, like they say, Ekremadu have 40 houses. How many of the houses does he sleep in at night? He can't sleep in more than one now. It's only one house. In fact, even the house, he has a 20 bedroom. It's only one room he can sleep in. So the greed that is in our politicians and indeed the average Nigerian is what we need to address. Black people, they greedy, they greedy. We are greedy. Kilo day. Is poverty because you were poor before, now you have access to money? Does it mean that you have to be like this? You see her now? I actually know somebody who works in where they kept Ekremadu, and they were telling me, you need to see him in prison. Nobody is using excellency for him. Nobody even knows who he is. It's only Nigerians that know who he is. Nobody is calling him excellency. Nobody is coming to Dobale or to tell him book up. No. He's in the population, general population. They will take him. He's in Belmarsh. Belmarsh is in Woolwich. Those of you who live in London will know where Woolwich is. That's the prison he's been. Between the prison and the court, it's just they are connected. This is the way the cookie crumbles. I mean, everybody that's called into the show said that Nigerian politicians will never learn, but I hope they do. I hope they really do, because in this life, we are still talking about Awolowo. We are talking about Jakande. We are talking about all the politicians that gave free education. Well, they've been gone. Awolowo has been gone before I was born, but we are talking about him today because of what he did. Nobody's going to live forever, but what you do will never be forgotten from generation to generation. So let's do good. Let's do good. Yeah, because the wife, Bio, how now? Yeah, the wife was on bail before the verdict. They granted her bail to go and look after the child. So when they gave the verdict, they had to arrest her because now she's waiting for sentencing. So they took her in. They are both going to prison, including the doctor. Do the right thing. In this part of the world, people consider having, serving the public, they consider it as a privilege to serve. To write their names in the sands of time that I did this, I did this, I did this, I was able to make life better. But Black people, Nigerians, Indeed, Africans, because we're talking about Mugabe and all the other Uganda and all the other African presidents, they just want to be there forever. Ah, Umasheo. It is well. Thank you very much for being here today. It is well with us. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't done so. I'm going to take my leave now. I will see you guys very, very soon. Okay, I'm going to try to be more consistent. I will try. Thank you all so much. All those that called in, those that gave us a thumbs up, I appreciate you. I love you guys. Thank you, everybody. And I'll see you soon. God bless you. Have a good day. Bye. Remember, life is never forever. Nobody is going to live forever. It is what you do while you are here. The impact, people's life that you are touching, especially those Nigerian politicians, African politicians, you want to steal. They only told us money cannot buy everything. If money could buy everything, a criminal would have bought kidney for Sonia. But it's not available. It is well. Have a good week, everybody. I love you guys. Bye. See you soon. Bye, guys.